Should probably turn on the microphones. Helps. Let me do that again. Last week, we started, both of us, with the hawk in the right hand, knife inverted in the left hand. This week, John is going to maintain that grip, but I'm going tomahawk in the left hand, knife foregrip in the right hand. And revisiting a little bit about what we talked about last week is, as a general rule, and of course, once we have a rule, we're going to break it. But as a general rule, my dominant hand is going to be my offensive tool. My weak hand is going to be my defensive tool. Doesn't matter right-handed, left-handed, unimportant. It's dominant and weak. So because I've got my tomahawk in my weak hand, I'm going to be using this as an action for defending against his dominant hand, which is his tomahawk in his right hand. So our initial action, he throws, and I capture it. From this point, if I just stay here, he's just going to plow through me. So it's not about me capturing it here and trying to stop him, because there's no way I'm going to stop it. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step slightly forward and do a circular action. My cut is a cut 2, because my axe is in my, well, no, I'm sorry, it's a cut 1. It's from my right side. So I'm doing a cut 1, going down, and as I go down, I need to worry about that knife because that's coming in right behind it. So let's do that again. Go ahead and attack 1, 2. And that's what I have to worry about. So I'm going to make sure he can't do that. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to incorporate my knife. He does that attack, and I'll just strip it out of his hand. So let me show you what just happened. Go real slow. He attacked in. I stepped into it, breaking his structure and pulling it down, creating this triangle right here. He's now trying to stab me with that knife. See how much his body has to twist as he's doing that? To keep that from happening, I'm hooking the back of his wrist and twisting his body even more. And because I'm pulling with my knife against his wrist at the weak juncture of his wrist and pulling with my axe, he just strips the weapon out. And so I'm protecting myself and countering him. You good? Good. Let's do it again. So that's our goal for this one. Let's switch sides.
Yes, sir.
Is your wrist okay?
Wrist is fine.
So go ahead and throw 1, 2. You're going to win this one. So that's what's coming in. You can see how he's twisting his body. He's driving that in, and he's just planting that to the hilt right into my clavicle, hitting a lung or the aorta. Regardless, it's going to be no bueno for me. So do it again. You're going to win. Good. Do it again. No footwork for me. No. Cut through. No footwork for me. He just plows right through me. Do it again. Hit me. That's how I'm breaking it. Then he hits me with the knife. Since I don't want that to happen, I'm going to, again, combine mine. Don't do what I just did. I made a bad mistake. Here's what I did. You do that again? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I came through. I left his axe here, and when I pulled it, it came through and hit me in the neck. It's an axe. It's not a razor blade. But even a dull axe is still an axe. So this is going to be highly unpleasant. So when you're doing it, go and do it again. I need to pull it down here. And you good? Good. We go back to that rule set. 1 high, 1 low. Whichever way it is, if my axe is low, my knife is high. If my axe is high, my knife is low. It doesn't matter if I'm crossing up, but I'm still following those rules. You all right? Good. All right, let's do one more. Yeah. Okay. Attack comes in, and then stick them over and over again. Remember, in a knife fight, shank them like it's a prison yard. Just keep going. Don't get in a knife fight.
Don't do it. I don't recommend it.
So now, he's going to give me that same 1. However, I'm not going to hook it and pull it down. Instead, I'm going to do a double weapon defense. So he throws that 1. That's my action. And I'm not worried. Come in closer. Mm-hmm. Let's do that again because I want to focus on just the weapons. You'll notice my knife is flat. I'm not worried about trying to be edge on. I'm capturing it this way just because I want the double weapon defense. So if we do that again, let's move back here. Go ahead. There's the action that's coming in. From here, I'm just going to drop my hand underneath and pull out and strip as I'm driving at his neck. So, you good? Good. Let's do it again. And there's that hook. Let's go in just a little bit closer so they can get a good view of that. The attack comes in. There. Hook. Now, I'm using my wrist to hook onto his wrist. It's not so much that I've got that with my knife because I don't need that. I'm using just my wrist, and because I'm pulling on his, let's switch sides? Yeah. Because I'm pulling on his axe head, I'm creating that bend right there in his wrist, which mine fits into really nicely. So let's do that again. Mm-hmm. Right here. Here. The attack comes in. And now I've got that hook, and I'm going to pull my knife to my pocket. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Pull out the real knife. Go and do that again. And because I did this kind of step, he can't hit me as easily with his knife.
My closest target only is this arm, but it's not going to be there when I'm trying to strike.
Let's switch sides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
But he's smart. What would you do right now?
Right now?
Right now.
I'm going to check this.
Okay. And you got to, move.
Yep. So I'm going to check.
So that's what he's doing to come in here. Now he's punching my axe handle. That is going to hurt. But it's a whole lot better than what I planned on doing to him. And I will guarantee you that with your adrenaline pumping, you're going to feel that tomorrow.
Yep.
Even with a broken finger. Because you're not pulling back and driving in. Let's do it again, please. He's just right there and just pushing in on it, just putting something in the way and then jumping in. But what that does is that also releases his axe, which is then just going right into my side. I know that. So he does that again. I come through, he checks, I step through, I drop my axe, and I stick him in the belly. I did not mean to put you down, sorry.
No worries. Couldn't move my ankle.
You good?
Good.
So let's do that again.
That was a nice ankle.
I didn't mean to take you down. So let's do it again. I come through, I hook, he jams. I drop, stick through, and jack him a couple times so that I'm making him not think about it. And then as he falls down, I can maybe even take his axe on the way down. So yes, I gave up my axe, but it doesn't mean I can't get another one. So same idea.
Same idea.
Let's switch sides.
Sure.
And as I come through, just go ahead and walk right through it.
Got it.
And because I'm moving with him, you all right?
Good.
I can follow through. Let's do it again.
All right.
So he throws in, boom, boom. I don't need my axe because I've got lots of things. Thank you. So that's a way that we can get through, even if he is countering me, because he's not just going to stand there. Let's do it here at this angle.
Sure.
Because I want them to see how much movement's involved.
Mm-hmm.
The attack comes in. No, hold on, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go to here. Do it again, please. So he's moving here to hit me. You notice he's only moved half my body. So he's not out here because now he's unable to hit me. The action is a small movement as if, go ahead and just do it again, but don't hit me. Just do it and keep walking. He's able to brush my shoulder. And this is a great drill that you can do. Find a target, tree, post, person, whatever, and go ahead and walk past them so that you're just brushing their shoulder. And we can both do it. So if you'll take that same place, then I'll go past. So I go here, and we're only moving that far offline. Anything, and I can go to either side. Anything other than that, excessive movement, and my blow is going to miss. So when he adds his axe cut, I'm not going to move. This is coming in. It's a small amount of movement, which means he's able to keep all of his force within my silhouette. Do it again. Now, stay there, stay there. Rotate with me. One thing I want to point out, look at the length of his arm. What that, for me, I would say this is a little bit out of distance. Because if he hits and I set it to the side, he's got nowhere to go. But if he's just a tiny bit closer, see that bend in the arm? Now he can follow me even if I get out of the way. So when you're hitting, you're never hitting with your arm straight. Because if you're doing that, you're a little too far away. If I'm doing this strike, I'm too far away. But if I'm there, I've got some bend in my arm, and that gives me a good angle and a good reach that I can defend myself, or let me change that I can follow him when he moves, but also go ahead and stop my axe with your axe.
Okay.
Do it again. I'm at full arm. You want to hit here. All that force is going to go into my elbow. You go ahead and push through. There's no way. But if I get a little closer, do it again. I'm much stronger. And that's with my weak hand, my weak arm against his strong arm, because I've got the momentum going. He's meeting me with momentum, but I'm in a better, stronger structure than he is. So don't hit fully extended, hit slightly bent. And the same is true if you're up tight. Here, if I hit somebody like this with a punch, what happens if he just does a small movement? All that force comes out my elbow. Just like punching a bag, I need to get in close so I can drive it in. Good? Good. Thank you on that.
Thank you.
So go ahead and do that again. Stand right here.
Okay. Strike.
Yes, please. I'm not going to move. Here's the attack coming in. Good. Do it again. I'm moving with him. So at this point, you can see I've put myself behind his body. Then as I come across, I've got this action here, and you'll notice again, he's in the middle of my body. He's profiled his shoulder into the middle of my body, which means here I have all the strength. And there's nothing, he was trying to hold on to it, and I pulled a little bit too hard because I felt just a little bit of resistance. And turn this way again with me. Because I'm pushing down and doing this, I'm going against the joint of his thumb, and there's no way he can stop that.
I just can't hold on to it in that space.
So let's do it this way. So go ahead and make the hit. Nice. And I get this action here. Then go ahead and step back. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's right, counter it. Right, so he counters it and just drives it in, and so he's got, and pulls this back, so he's got that free, and he can hit me. I just like that. So he comes at me. He counters that. I move with him. I drop mine, Oh, now we went to the side.
Oh.
And I cross his arms. And now, come in close. What is he going to do at this point? Especially since I'm pulling him forward and he was already moving that way.
I'm gonna, what am I gonna try and do this here? He's using
There goes that arm,
movement.
and then I can hit him again because as soon as he does that and he stops that, my point goes up into his elbow and I slice those tendons, pulling him down, stick him in the throat, push him off my knife and just go into the next fight. And I have another tomahawk. It's a good day for me.
That was cool.
So far, we've been doing this the whole time in the full haft. Now, you all right?
Yep.
He's going to continue in full haft, but I'm going to choke. So I'm just underneath my head. He throws that big axe cut. I'm not going to move. It's going to destroy my clavicle, cut into my neck. It's a bad day at the office for me. He comes in. Now I'm going to capture it here, and I'm turning it so that when he pulls down, come closer. I'm protecting myself from the head of his axe. Let's do that again, just right here. So I've got that action there. Then when I lift my hand up, he goes down and I can stick him. So let's do it again, right here. A little bit faster and harder than I meant.
No worries.
You good?
Yep.
Here's one of the things. Because I've captured this hand is forward, my knife hand is back. When my axe goes down and back, my knife goes up and forward, and I'm not stabbing him. I'm rotating, and my axe hand is pulling my knife hand forward. It comes in hard, it comes in fast, and it comes in straight. So be careful when you're practicing this so that you don't put too much pressure in, especially when you're driving up into the brachial plexus or the armpit.
Or the armpit.
Yeah, because it comes in.
It wakes you up.
So let's go and do that again.
Okay.
But again, he's not dumb. He's going to defend that. I think what he's going to do, and I want you to do whatever you would do. Do what you're going to do, and then I'm going to say what I thought you were going to do.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the only thing he can really do, because he's just going to use his knife to protect his counter my wrist. Let's do it again.
Okay.
So that's what's coming in, and he's using his knife on the outside of my wrist to just set it aside, and then give me, I would go straight for the top of my head.
Right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's going to knock me back.
Give you that wake up tap.
Yeah, fracture my skull. Again, no bueno. So I can't allow that to happen. So he throws that attack. I'm coming in. I'm just going to drop my elbow down. Right? Now I have to worry about that axe, so I'm just going to turn my point up. Let's do that again. He throws. And I just basically rotate right around his wrist. You'll notice one thing that he's doing. He's not throwing and staying there and letting me do my action. There's nothing that irritates me more than seeing a training video. Go and put your stuff down. Where he throws a punch and then freezes, and I hit him 12 times. Nobody stands there like that. I've asked them to do that, and they won't do it for me. So if he throws that punch, that's going to, oh, I put this in a bad place because I'm going to take that hand right to the ear. That's a bad thing. If I'm going to do this training, he needs to do that. I need to know that. So do it again. The back fist that we've seen in how many different martial arts? All right. Now I did that back fist. I missed the cover, but I still caught him, and then I do that. Go and grab your axe and knife. How different is this? He throws the attack. I get out. I'm coming through. I drop it down. Stop. back fist. And it just goes right into his throat. If he's coming in hard and fast, I don't want to do that because even dying, he can still hit me in the head with an axe. Never forget, dying is a long ways from dead. So he throws that attack. I cover that. I go here. He hits me with the axe. I punch his wrist. Look familiar? This is what he did to defend against me. Then I'll punch him in the kidneys with the beak of my axe. Let's do that again. He attacks. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say here that it's like we talked about in the last video about hawk and knife, where it lets Steven get some of his violence out here. It's one of the funnest things to be working on hawk and knife with him in this place, the Tomahawk and knife, just because the music, the wonderful things that just come together here that he does to me and then I later put away so I can do it to other people. So it's really, really, really fun.
And like we said last time, we love our jobs.
Yeah.
Hit me.
Yep.
Right? Oh. Drive that in a couple times. Let's switch sides.
Yes, sir.
He throws the attack. Oh. Now, that was interesting. Let's do that again, slow. He came through. I caught him this way on the outside of his wrist. Tomahawk low, knife high. I can't leave my knife here. The general rule for two weapons, one high, one low, as my knife came down, my hawk went forward. Now I need to do something with my knife, so my hawk comes down and my knife goes forward. We always follow those rules, and a good way to think about this is that when you're using a two-handed weapon, and at some point we'll talk about this in half sorting as well, but two-handed weapons, or two weapons or a two-handed weapon where you're separated, you move your weapon as if you were kayaking. So if I've got my kayak paddle here, I don't want to put this paddle in and pull it back against all that resistance of the water because I'm going to wear out and or destroy my rotator cuff. So instead, to get this paddle back, I take this paddle and I push it forward. Lift this up, push this end forward, and that makes this end go back. And that goes back into what we were talking about here. He throws that attack, I cover that, I go forward. Now, as this goes forward, this one goes back.
As mine goes forward, this one comes back.
And that recovers him. He comes back. I cover that. As that goes forward, follow through with that. He's no longer my problem. With that, we're going to close. I want to say thank you so much for all your help again, John.
You are
Lots
very
of fun. Another touch on the tomahawk and knife. Great little toys. Like I said last week, it allows me to get a bit of my aggression out, or as was said in Zorro with Antonio Banderas, I am very vigorous. So with that, I want to thank you. John, thank you. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay sane, and we'll see you when we can open up again. All the best to you. Boom. You're very welcome. Oh, Bill, it's great to see you, man. Ezekiel, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Good to have you.
Bye-bye. That was awesome.